Hey everybody. Sorry, had to go to the bathroom. Wanted to get everyone in here. All right. Whew. I'm not going to be here for a long time. I just want to say a few things before Ami-chan arrives. Ami-chan's helping me with Kansai Dialect from Zero course. I've made a change recently. After watching a video on YouTube. By the way, the music's not too loud, is it? It's supposed to be dropping down here. I'll drop it down a little bit. All right. So I watched this video. I randomly clicked this video that was a little bit risque. It was on watching the problem with HD porn on the internet, and that was the name of the video, something like that. HD porn and the problem with it. And I was like, oh, one of these religious fanatic videos. And I watched it, and it changed my last week completely. So a little bit adult in nature. So don't be freaking out. We're going to talk about porn for a little bit, and then we're going to lean into some other things. I only have a few minutes because Ami and Bei, another Japanese kid, are coming over. So I watch porn. Most guys do, and I can safely say that I know the demographics of this channel and Japanese from Zero are 90% subscribed people are men. Women don't subscribe to my channel, maybe because I am a complete pig. But I watch porn and I watch Japanese porn. And what they talk about, I'm going to give you the short story of this, is that if you watch HD porn, basically the video talks about cells in your body and what they're supposed to do. And it talks about dopamine. And it talks about the dopamine is the reward. It says, do this thing again because it brings you a good thing. It rewards you for that. Something like that. And the problem with HD porn, they specifically say, or no, it was not HD, high speed internet porn, means you can constantly change the video looking for the right girl. So you're watching porn and you're like, I'm not into this one. You look for another one and you keep changing what you're looking for, right? All right. So here's the thing. What happens is your body continually ups the dopamine, right? And because you keep changing the girl, you keep getting this new fresh dopamine hit, right? So dopamine for porn, for sex, is double the amount that you get for eating. Eating also produces a dopamine reaction in your brain because it's a good thing. Anything that lets you survive or propagate the species, humans, well, it produces dopamine, right? So what happens is, though, your body also works really hard to balance. So when you over push out dopamine, the dopamine receptors downregulate, right? So a healthy male, he's going to masturbate every couple days, right? I'm a healthy male. Sorry. This is a little bit adult. I explained it. Hopefully you're not offended, but we all do it. It's a release. Now, the problem is when your body keeps doing this dopamine, it downregulates. And then everyday things that you do that would produce dopamine don't produce the dopamine, or it's not picked up by the body. So you get bored with everything. You start lacking motivation and you start just kind of like, I don't want to do anything today. It leads to depression. It leads to a whole bunch of issues, okay? Turns out, when I stopped watching high-speed porn, I have for the last week, it's been fantastic. Now, that's not where it ends, because that's not my only problem. That's not where it ends. I started watching dopamine fasting. It's where you stop listening to watching videos every 2 seconds. Stop playing games all the time on your phone. Stop reading the news every couple seconds, because even though the dopamine is less for flipping through news and stuff like that, it's constant. You're constantly looking for that new information. And that's what I do. When I'm eating dinner with my friends, I'm always reading news. Always just next article. Reddit, smart news, whatever it is, I'm constantly reading. And I'm constantly distracting myself. And I've still got one addiction. I've still got one. I'm playing SimCity Build It right now, and I'm trying to deal with this addiction. But I have stopped looking at my phone for news. I've stopped listening to podcast after podcast, and I've stopped watching YouTube of all things, because even though I'm on YouTube a lot, and it's helped. And also, even in the shower, I have this in this office. I have an amazing bathroom that I would set up my iPad and I would just put the bathtub in this really deep bathtub. I'd put like Epsom salts in there. It sounds relaxing, but I'm watching YouTube videos the entire time, or I'm watching something on Netflix, so I'm never really zoning out. Well, for the last week, I've switched to number one. I got obsessed with making the room pitch dark, so everything in this room is extremely dark. Hang on, didn't come to the door right now. Duh. Hang on. So for the last week, I have been in my bathtub, completely dark. I even changed the light switches because they used to emit light. I just changed them this morning finally. I bought this thing to put at the bottom of the door to block any light from coming in. It is so dark I can't see anything. And I zone out. And it's been amazing. The only music that I've been listening to, with the exception of this podcast right now, has been mostly classical. There's a really great station on Spotify and on Amazon Music, and I think any streaming music service will have it. It's just called Classical for Studying, and it has been fantastic. I've started wanting to do the work that I didn't want to do. So we'll see. It's only a weekend. I might be premature, but I think if I do this for a month, my productivity is going to skyrocket. Also, another thing I've done is when I'm in the bathtub and at night, I used to always watch video to sleep at night, and I used to say I can't sleep without watching something or listening to something. That's not true, because now, number one, I fall asleep quicker. I don't get woken up, and I found that normally I would wake up after 6 hours. Now I've been waking up after 7 to 8 hours. I've been getting more sleep by not starting off my sleep by watching videos. That's kind of a weird thing. Okay. All right. So anyway, this is the day where George is officially old. In all seriousness, though, it sounds healthy. Alex, I've been old for a long time. It's not new right now. Chris Baker, no screens before bed. Yeah, no screens before bed has been really nice. Listening to classical music's been really nice. Also, I want to throw something out there too. I call her Jennifer. I call Alexa. I call her Jennifer when we're talking about her, so she doesn't activate. But she has these buttons now, and you can set these buttons to do things. And I have a button in the other room. When I hit it, all of the Jennifer devices, they play classical music synced up together on a multi-room speaker setup. It's amazing, totally amazing. Silman Bagori. So when is book 6 videos? Well, the good news is actually book 5 is really coming along. I've been much more focused. We had this there's this lesson coming up, lesson 9, that we're going to be teaching on Saturday. Not me, but Kanako. And it was like 5 different grammar for one thing. 5 different like split up of the grammar. Well, I realized I could make it into about 2. So I put it all together. That's all the result, I think, of just me focusing. And in the bathtub, I've been doing also, trying very hard to push all thoughts out of my brain. God damn, that's hard. It is hard to move a thought from your brain. And I think you all know. I'm not saying I'm not special. We're all like that. Like literally every human has a hard time not thinking, right? But in the shower, it's the closest I can get. I can go for about a minute and a half. That's it. I cannot go for. Then I start thinking about the lights in my eye, like the pattern, and then that pattern, and then all of a sudden, boom! I'm thinking about Kansai dialect because I'm doing the course, right? So. Please tell us about the Korean from Zero books. What about them? Korean from Zero books exist. That's it. Just like the Japanese from Zero books exist. There's also a website, KoreanFromZero.com. Will I ever collaborate with Misa? I wonder if Misa would want to collaborate with me. I think she's officially got more subscribers than me now. She's nailing it. Let's see. Ammo with Misa. Something like that. Let's go to her YouTube channel. Yeah, she's got almost 200,000 subscribers. She's bigger than me now. It's funny because when I saw her, I think I had like 70,000 and she had like 3,000. I was like, yeah, I should hire this girl. That'd be cool. I should have hired her before she got big. But I didn't like her voice. It was the one thing. It was like, Hello, everybody. Josh John, just Japanese music here. Today we're going to talk about, and it was just a little bit grating on me, but I should have hired her because she's a hard worker and she really makes good stuff. Oh, it's so unfortunate. Will there ever be a Korean from Zero video series? Yeah, maybe in a month or so of me not distracting myself, I'll have the energy to do it. I have been planning it for a long time, to be honest with you. But right now, book five, trying to get it out in a month. I'm trying to get it out in a month. And also, you see this sign right here, Kansai Dialect from Zero. That's been taking up a lot of energy this last week because I'm taking advantage of this girl, Ami. I'm not taking advantage of her. I'm taking advantage of the fact that she's in town and she's from the Kansai area. So we're making the course. It's fun. It's super fun. I ain't gonna lie. Kansai dialect is way deeper than I thought, and there's rules and rhymes and reasons for everything. And I actually learned some new things about Kansai dialect that I didn't know. Going through, primarily, I go through a ton of Twitter to try to find good examples, and I go in looking for a certain thing, and then I find, oh my god, everyone's doing it another way. It's not the narrative that I had that I thought it was, because I know Kansai dialect to an extent. And then now that I'm making the Kansai dialect course, I start thinking in Kansai dialect more and speaking it more, and then that's bringing up more interesting, like it's starting to make me pay attention more to Kansai dialect. Alex, I'm not taking advantage of her. Although she did fall asleep in my room yesterday or the other day. I took tons of photos. Now, I want to tell you, I sent it to everybody in the group. No, not my guy friends, to the ladies. The sounds so bad. To the Japanese families that are all friends. They're all of this big family, and she's a friend of the family. I was like, oh, look at how cute Ami is sleeping. She's super cute, and she doesn't snore, so that's nice. But she was super tired, and I was like, I was on the phone with Kanako. We were debating the next Kansai dialect PowerPoint, and it was just like we talked for like an hour, and she got bored and fell asleep. I took tons of advantage. Shut up, Zet horse. I did not take any advantage of her. Okay. She's 19. She's a baby. あ、マイク帰ってきた。Say hi.
英語で日本語で
日本語でも何でもいいよ。
皆さんこんにちは。
This is Bailey. Do you have a Japanese name? She was saying you had a Japanese name.
ケント。
I never knew it.
ケントです。
Kento this. All right. All right, guys. Well, I got to go because everyone's arrived. Thanks for watching. Sorry, I don't know what happened. Sometimes the mic just drops off of the OBS. And then I have to run some sort of troubleshooting. So, and then it fixes it. All right, guys. I got to go. See y'all next time. Thanks for watching. Try listening to Dopamine in Your Life. I think I was looking at the wrong place. Try what I just talked about. Look for that video on high speed. The problem with high speed of porn. That'll help you out. And then look at dopamine fasting. All right, guys. Bye-bye.